Guys, what is going on? It is that time of year. We are building towards the biggest event of the summer, August 19th. Mark your calendars. Of course, I'm talking about SummerSlam 2018 for the final time in the foreseeable future, coming to the Barclays Center. So what perfect way to end the summer than with SummerSlam, NXT TakeOver 4. It's going to be a fun weekend of wrestling, and as I do for all WWE pay-per-views, be doing a card predictions video. This is the card that maybe we could get for SummerSlam. This is the card that I was able to come up with. Let me guys know what you think down below in the comments section. And as always, thank you for watching this video. So with all that being said, let's jump into my SummerSlam card predictions. So here we go. We'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top. I have Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens. Obviously, these two, after coming out of Extreme Rules, Owens was thrown off the steel cage. Balor defeated Baron Corbin. Maybe these two move on to something else. And if that's the case, I really enjoyed their rivalry in NXT for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. They need something to do. Why not match them up here for opponents at SummerSlam? So, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, we know they can go in the ring. I think they could have a nice feud on the main roster, and it would also give something of substance for both. For both to do. So, there you go. For the Smackdown Tag Team Championships, I have the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, defending against Sanity. Members Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. I think this can be an interesting matchup here. Two dark, brooding groups clashing for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Harper and Rowan as champions, haven't really done it for me. I don't know if it's just lack of clear direction. Outside the stuff with Team Hell No, and I thought that match at Extreme Rules was a little bit underwhelming. Especially with the finish, it just kind of happened, and I'm like, that's it. So I think putting them against Sanity, new group here, on the rise. They beat New Day on SmackDown and at Extreme Rules, so we'll see if this is the direction that they go in, but Sanity picking up a big win at Extreme Rules in that table match. So if you want to do a match between them and the Bludgeon Brothers, I say go for it. For the Raw Tag Team Championships, I'm predicting that this Monday, Matt and Bray will regain the Raw Tag Team Championships against the B Team in the rematch. Maybe we do an Ultimate Deletion match. That would be really great. Add them to the group. Build the Deleters of Worlds. Yes, it would be wonderful. Yes, all that good stuff. You need a team to challenge Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Put them up against AOP. They've recently been, back on Raw, which is good to see. After disappearing for quite a while, not sure what was up with that. They're winning. They're remaining dominant, so that's good to see. I think a championship match at SummerSlam would be the right way to go. And that's why I'm predicting we'll see Hardy and Wyatt versus the Authors of Pain. For the WWE United States Championship picture, obviously Shinsuke Nakamura is champion. And this past Tuesday, Randy Orton laid a vicious beatdown on Jeff Hardy, literally ripping away at his earlobe. And it was really disgusting to see. So we got heel Randy Orton back, which I'm a big fan of. Was not a fan of his. To me, he's a natural heel. And he even said this on record. So you just go with what you naturally are. Some guys, they're naturally baby faces. And they just can't do heel. Well, Orton, to me, better as a heel. So glad to see him back in that role. I think this is setting up for a triple threat match. Nakamura versus Hardy versus Orton for the United States Championship. It could be a solid triple threat. With the inclusion of Orton in there as a heel. Attacking Jeff Hardy, which we still quite don't know why. And I like that teaser for next week and the weeks leading into SummerSlam. So I think this could be a fun triple threat match to look forward to. That's why I have it here on my SummerSlam card. A match that we have all been waiting for. And I think we're going to finally get it at SummerSlam. The history, the build, continued on SmackDown this past Tuesday with the Miz's, funeral segment for Team Hell No. And then, of course, Bryan coming out, getting right in the Miz's face, taking him down. Miz on the dodge, getting the hell out of there. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. A match that I have been waiting a long time to see, going back, to the first season of NXT when Daniel Bryan was a rookie and The Miz was his pro. So it all goes back there. Of course, Daniel Bryan beat The Miz for the United States Championship, and then their war of words with Daniel Bryan as general manager and The Miz berating him, saying, well, you're retired, there's nothing that you can do about it, and just cutting these scathing promos on him. This could all lead up to one hell of a match at SummerSlam 2018. So hopefully we get to see Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. And also on my card here, I think it's safe to assume we will see Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Kind of a weird turn of events this past Monday on Raw. I mean, I love Bayley snapping on Sasha Banks, beating her down. That was great. Then we did counseling segments. And then they teamed up on Raw. And then Sasha Banks told Bayley she loves her. Is it just me, or I feel like there's no real progression in this storyline? It seemed like, we got something with Bayley snapping. And then we go backwards. I'm like, can we go forwards with the storyline? Otherwise, I just feel like we're running in place and we're not really getting anywhere. I think the match will deliver at SummerSlam. We've seen them have, in my opinion, Match of the Year candidate at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. One of the best matches I've ever seen. Probably the best women's match I've ever seen. That's saying a lot, but man, in person it was a sight to behold that night. But I think it's safe to say we will see Sasha Banks versus Bayley at SummerSlam. Another match confirmed for SummerSlam, so just I'm going to talk about it here briefly. Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship. This is the match I wanted to see. I'm glad that it's not a triple threat. Just keep it one-on-one, and I think you build to that moment when Ronda locks in the armbar and, breaks Alexa Bliss's arm. She'll do that double-jointed thing that she does, and it'll be freaking awesome. I can't wait to see Ronda Rousey and her chase, her quest for the Raw Women's Championship. It should be good stuff heading into SummerSlam. On the SmackDown Live side of things for the Women's Championship, obviously, this upcoming Tuesday, we have Becky Lynch versus Carmella. If Becky wins, she stated her quest to want to come after the SmackDown Women's Championship, which I'm all for. I'm a huge fan of Becky Lynch. I've been saying for so long how underutilized she's been since losing that SmackDown Women's Championship, and I understand other women have to get the spotlight, but I feel now is the time. You could go back to Becky. You can always count on her to deliver. She's got a great crowd, response and support from her fans. Myself included, and I would love to see Becky take that championship from Carmella. So I think it's safe to assume we will see Becky Lynch versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We move on here to a match here that doesn't involve the Intercontinental Championship being on the line, but it involves the current Intercontinental Champion. I was wondering what the IC title picture would be at SummerSlam, but I don't think in my scenario here, I don't have the IC title on the line. But I think you guys will like this match. I have Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre teaming up to take on the team of Seth Rollins, and this one might not be possible because we're not sure when he's coming back. A returning Dean Ambrose. I think that would be a really fun tag team match. It would, obviously the issue between Rollins and Ziggler, with McIntyre getting involved, I could see this leading to a tag team match. So if you could do one of two opponents, or partners for Rollins, either be Dean Ambrose or Jason Jordan. I'd hope for Dean Ambrose. I would really like to see that. Miss Ambrose, it'll be great to get him back, and then maybe you could lead into an Ambrose-Rollins feud into the fall. There are a number of different possibilities you can do with that. So I think that would be a fun tag team match added to the SummerSlam card. And then finally, our two world title matches. AJ Styles, obviously his opponent this Tuesday, will be named on SmackDown. So by the time you watch this video, we will already know who AJ Styles' opponent's going to be. But if I had to take a guess, who I would like to see face AJ Styles, doesn't get any better than Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine, the Destroyer. versus AJ Styles. Obviously, they have history in TNA, past battles, past wars. I think they could deliver an excellent match for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. So I'm hoping to see Joe versus Styles tear it down at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. We'll have to see. Then finally, Brock Lesnar defending his Universal Championship. On my card here, I make things a little bit more interesting. Obviously, we have Reigns, Lashley, #1 contenders match. Again, rematch from Extreme Rules this upcoming Monday on Raw. So once again, by the time of this video, we will know who Brock Lesnar will face. But in my scenario here, I have that match end in a no contest. Somehow, some way. So we don't have a #1 contender. And then what I would have done is I would have Braun Strowman announce his intentions to cash in at SummerSlam. So, Kurt Angle says, well, since the match ended in a draw, you both are going to be the #1 contender. So we're going to have Brock Lesnar defend his title in a fatal 4-way match. You got Bobby Lashley in there, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman, which really, to me, would make the match that much more unpredictable. Instead of doing Reigns, Lesnar again, not really interested in that. Lesnar, Lashley would be interesting, but I'm not sure if they would go in that direction. And that way Strowman's in the mix too, and, I think it would guarantee, hopefully, a new Universal Champion, one of the three, anybody other than Brock. But I think that would be a hell of a Fatal 4-Way match. Obviously, last year's Fatal 4-Way match was great at SummerSlam. And like I said, that way, people were happy that Lashley's in there, and Strowman's in there, and Reigns is in there. So that is my SummerSlam 2018 card predictions. Guys, I want to say thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuyzer412 for all my latest thoughts. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGuyzer412 for all my latest tweets. Be sure to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/DanielGuyzer1994. The links will be down below in the description box. So until then, guys, thanks for watching this video.